RADxx. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. As you said, about 25% of radiologists are women. RADxx really started around women who do imaging, informatics, and IT. And it was really started by Dr. Geraldine McGinty, who currently chairs the board of the American College of Radiology. And she had attended a dinner at one of the big annual Radiology Society meetings and was invited to thought leaders in radiology. And she was there at this dinner and was there with another woman who was the marketing director for the company that was sponsoring this dinner. And they were the only two women out of maybe 30 or 50 people that had been invited to this dinner. And they said, well, this just can't happen again next year. So they put the heads together, and the next year they decided that they would have a cocktail hour before the dinner. And they invited about 30 of us. I was one of those women that was invited, and many of us stayed for dinner. And out of that grew RADxx, and we use hashtag RADxx on social media. But it's really become a community of women in radiology, and particularly women who do imaging, informatics, and IT, because there's a much smaller percentage of us than there are in radiology in general. So now we have big events at several meetings with hundreds of people, mostly women, but we certainly include men as well. We have a monthly news digest where we highlight a woman every month and her achievements. And then we recently started, just in July, we kicked off a speakers bureau for women in this space, because we see the manels that happen frequently at these types of conferences.
Right.
And one of the things that we hear most often is, well, we just didn't know any women to invite. So we kicked off the Speakers Bureau to remove that barrier. And we've had our first two women have been invited to speak at what would have otherwise been all male panel discussions.
Yes.
So that's been a really big success.